Hi all. Hope you're doing well. I've got the Golden Universal Tarot deck, so I'm going to get a message. I'm being heavily attacked with spell work, and it's super draining. I don't like, when you just think it's so cowardly, isn't it? It's really cowardly, and if they were in your face, then you'd be able to fucking deck them back, wouldn't you? You can't. But they're just these people who do all this magic to try and affect people's lives. I don't know who they are. I don't know these people. It's people that stalk you online and see you as a threat and then do spells. That's who it is. Or it's your family. It's like your family and people close to you gossiping and stuff like that, or your neighbours. I don't interact with them. In my physical world, in my day-to-day, there's nobody in my physical world. Nobody. So it's just weird how these people choose to not be present in my physical reality, but choose to do weird shit, do spells and to try and hold you back. It's just weird. Just focus on your own life. There's so many people that do stuff like that because they don't want you to get ahead. And you don't even think about being ahead of them or anything like that. I don't. I just think about keeping on my own lane. And it's just weird how that's some people's mentality. That is their, like, they don't focus on what they've got to contribute or what they're working on. They just focus on taking out someone else, which just means what they're working on isn't of no value. It's of no value. It's no importance. Because if what they were working on was of greater importance than taking someone out, that's what they would be doing. What am I talking about? They're jealous. That's what they see you as. I'm in the collective, and I know that I'm in this reading. I know it because I got the cards because I'm being severely attacked, and it's just spellwork's just doing me in today. But I want to pull this reading to share wider, because in case someone else might benefit. But look what I was talking about. The collective is super strong. They fight the fears, they tame the fears, they carry on regardless, and they work. They've got everything. They're seen as someone that's stable, committed, abundant. And people are jealous. They manifest themselves. Look. In touch with the universe, got direct line. Got direct line to God. Sorry, but anyone can have a direct line to God. Sorry, there's like a pillow that's in the way. Just have to ignore it. I'll ignore it if you ignore it. So I was shuffling the cards for quite a while, and the only card that came out in the pre-shuffle was the Seven of Swords. Some sneaky fuckers. Super sneaky fuckers. Anything else you want to tell me about the Ten of Pentacles and the Strength card? You're harmonious. You got stuff balanced out. Could be to do with being in a harmonious relationship, past life relationship, soulmate relationship. If it's not to do with the relationship, you are an ascended being that's been around for a long time. Fucking hell, man. Twin flame, twin flame, twin flame. Could be a twin flame that's doing the spiritual attacks. Because both of these cards indicate that could be the case. Could be their karmic, or that's the truth. It's the truth. It's spiritual attacks coming from your twin flame. So this is not a reading for non-twin flames. Sorry, it's just not. Could be to stop a new financial beginning, or there's a new financial beginning coming. No, it's not that. It's the twin flame wants a new beginning in the material realm. So the Queen of Swords is the truth. They want to come and tell. Queen of Swords, King of Swords is out, which is a pair, and they want fast communication and to declare their love. So why are they just having such a hold energetically? Just come and bloody do it. Don't keep holding back like that and keeping people stuck with spells. Grow a pair. Open your mouth. Open your mouth and speak. I can't stand these counterpart people who don't do jack. Literally, like, why is there so much cowardice? There's so much cowardice. And I'm sorry, I'm just not one of those people that's like, oh, you have to always think positive and manifest this and manifest that and then they'll come. No, you have to be honest. You have to be honest, because that's from the heart. And if you're doing, oh, let's be nice and blah, 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 and always think positive, don't do, it could just be, that sometimes that's manipulation. That's not actually from the heart, and you're not going to get a union that's not based in honesty, not of this I don't know what to say, like, yeah, not like this where it's like someone that's you had kind of like things from different past lives and it's been like an arduous journey, and yeah, like, no, real true love has honesty at the heart of it, and honesty is from the heart. You're not going to have a true love union without honesty and without sincerity. And I'm sorry, but someone can sense that. I know when people are just buttering me up to manipulate me. But that's what you're going to think, that they're going to come in just to manipulate you, because look what came out. As I was saying that, as I was talking about that. So this is a collective reading, general reading. It's about twin flames because that's what came up. Wasn't what I wanted to pull from the outset, but like I said in my previous things, it's just what comes out, and even though I hate it, it's just what comes out. So yeah, they want calm. But how are you going to get calm if you don't speak? You need to speak. What is with the impotence? It's the impotence that's the spell work. It's the bind that causes binds, that causes lack of progress. Like, it just causes stuckness. Like, sorry, but your counterpart's just going to pretend that you don't exist. If you're not showing up, they're just going to pretend like you don't exist, because that's the only thing that makes sense. Think about it. That's the only thing that makes sense. If they're not here, they're not here. Acting like they are here is just weird. Like, they're not here. If they wanted to be in your day, they would come forward and communicate and be in your day. This reading could be for now. It could be for the past, something that happened in the past, or it could be something that's happening in the future. There's no time on it, like, but yeah. It's holding happiness back by juggling the situations. That's just stagnancy. It's complete stagnancy, like complete polar. It just pulls you away from what you want. There's no point having these cards come out and it's saying all the time, oh, someone wants to come forward, it's a twin flame, blah blah blah, and then in reality there's nothing happens, no one speaks. It's not real. It's just... and people are waiting for like a perfect moment or optimal circumstances. It's just the waste of life. It's wasting this lifetime. There's never perfect circumstances. Never. You just have to be honest. That's the perfection in it all. You have to be honest. You have to be true to you and act in integrity. And if you're not doing that, then you don't deserve to have the partnership, because it's just gonna fold. It's just gonna fold. It's just gonna fall down because you've not started it in good foundations. And also, you can't force forgiveness either. It's no good saying, oh, you have to forgive your person for everything they've done. Some of these people have done such, like, it would take a lot of work with God. You'd have to work with God a lot to overcome and become a big person, become more and more godlike, more and more, without it being for it to genuinely be the case. Because God knows your heart. If you're just saying, oh, you forgive your person because you think it's going to bring them in, no, that's not going to work. That's not going to be it. And also, if you're a loving being, yeah, then you shouldn't just be expecting love from a person who doesn't really act like a loving person. Sorry, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. And that's not having faith. Someone's got an offer. They want to make a physical, they want to actually communicate physically, this person. Having said all that, this person in this reading that's showing up that wants to come forward, and obviously I could be talking to a divine masculine or a divine feminine, so switch the roles as it is for your situation. But anyway, like, if nothing's happening, then the sane thing to do is treat a relationship like it's an entity that does not exist because it's not being nurtured. Think about it. If you have like a plant, yeah, say you've got a thyme plant and you don't water it, you don't prune it, or you don't look after it, like you don't tend to it when it's looking a bit like dishevelled and sick, what relationship do you have with it? If you just leave it, what relationship do you have with it? How are you relating to that plant? You're not. There's no interactions there. It's interactions that make a union. Just harassing people in spirit realm, that's just bollocks. It's cowardice. It's cowardice. It's not real. It's just cowardice. Because you're not meant to stay stuck there. You're meant to get past that bit quite fast. Like, you're meant to be in a place where you realise that the unions come from spirit and has been get brought down, and then you're supposed to work together to build something before God. So God's done the spiritual thing of bringing two beings that are one soul, supposedly one soul. I don't like believing that it's one soul split in two, even though it kind of does make sense based on the parasitic nature of the other party. But I don't like to think like that because it makes you feel like you're not whole, and you are whole. You are. Yeah, this person's coming forwards. This person's coming. Don't give two shits now. I don't know what it was that they were giving shits about, but yeah, I just like it's just a bit mad. Like, end of the day, like, love is pragmatic. Real love is pragmatic. It's not like a feeling. It's not like it's not purely spiritual. It's not purely divine. It is physical. It is pragmatic. You've got to build it. Got to build it. Like, you can't just, it's not something you just have. You don't have entitlement to that being, even if they are your divine counterpart. You don't have entitlement to them. You have to do things, like, you have free will. Don't know why, but there's some weird thing that happened with shuffling the deck. It just kind of split on the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Cups. So there's burdens are dropped in place for emotional fulfillment. I'm not going to take them up. I'm just going to keep shuffling. There's going to be celebrations. But if you're like me, and oh my God, as I was saying this, if you're like me and are used to being independent, doing everything by yourself, managing everything by yourself, if someone comes forward with an offer of love, you aren't going to notice unless someone makes an effort. Like, you're just not. How funny is it that that card came out? So even if someone has got these intentions towards you and you're like me, which I know a lot of divine feminines are, because they just learnt to live without. They learnt to build themselves up and be their own best friend and live without. And even if someone comes with all of these cards are just amazing cards, you know, that literally you couldn't get a nicer spread in terms of the perfect union coming. But if that's someone's intentions towards me, and I've been living solo for all this time, and someone comes to me like that, I am going to think they're a bit nuts. Like sometimes the fool does come across as a bit cuckoo. And that's the truth. That's the truth. You can't come forward like that. It's not always necessarily going to be like that. It's not going to be a whirlwind reunion like that. To me, that's a bit crazy. Like, if someone came forward like that to me, I would think they were like it was a prank. I'm not shitting on anyone's life who has had like this magical reunion, like, because I don't know what they are, to be honest. But most of the twin flame experiences that I resonate with are the ones where the feminine's just been like left to, like, abandoned and left to just fend for herself, and had all of this stuff done behind the back, and they've just not really been in the masculine's life, but they've had spell work and lots of people target them from a distance, and they've literally not been in the masculine's life. Like, they've just got on with their own life. They're the twin flame stories that I believe. I don't believe all the other ones. I don't know what they are. I really don't know what they are. It's not a glamorous experience. Like, I literally don't know what this glamorization of twin flame journey is. I really don't know what it is. Justice, King of Pentacles, and Judgment. Justice, King of Pentacles. So it's karmic justice for stability to be restored in the feminine's life, or whoever's watching this reading, you might be the masculine, you might be the feminine. This reading is about you. It's not about the other person. So it's, if you've had instability in your physical reality, in your finances, if you felt out of control for whatever reason, all balance is going to be worked out for your physical situation. And you've been kind of waiting for you've planted your seeds and you've been waiting for your harvest. So you've been working on something, and whatever you've been working on is your prosperity. Yeah, it's whatever you're working on is transformed your life to a wish-fulfilled and balanced material life. But that's what the journey's supposed to do. It's supposed to change your material life in this way. So you are following your soul path. So you're in alignment with your soul's desire. It's supposed to shake up your physical world to put you on that timeline. It's not necessarily about will. It's not about romance, really. It's not necessarily about romance. And I can really understand why people don't get with their person, because sometimes the free will choices that their person's made. Because you're a soul, yeah, but you're also a body and you're also a mind. And sometimes in this lifetime, like, you might decide that you don't want to have to shoulder the consequences of their free will choices of your person from when they were living their unaligned trajectory. And that's a personal choice. Like, people, that's a fair choice to do, you know, it's a decision that everyone has to make. It's a personal choice. And it's pragmatic. Love is pragmatic. I don't know what people are on. Like, a lot of people, I don't know what they're on. It turns you into a leader. It makes you a leader in your own life. That's what it's supposed to do. And if you're a twin flame and this has happened for you, then that's what it was supposed to do. And the job's been done. It's just a bonus to have the relationship. But if it causes more problems and if it gets you out of being a leader, then it's not worth it, because it's supposed to get you into a position like this where you are in charge of your life, because that's the truth. Everyone is in charge of themselves, and anything that makes you feel like your power's been taken away, that's not divine. That's not divine. And so even if your person is your other half of your soul, but they're not acting divine, they're choosing to not actually live out of their divinity, they're not actually acting divine and showing up as their God self, then you have a right to reject that and not to feel guilty. And I don't think enough people talk about this. I really don't think enough people talk about that. Any more messages? Because I've been ranting for like half an hour almost. Yeah, you can manifest your own life, but looks like you manifested an apology, maybe. Yeah, but you have to judge, because if they're coming in, if you've manifested them, but they're coming in with immature communication, then you have to, if you've actually evolved, then you have to say or be strong. And if they've not come correct, then you have a right to reject if they don't come correct, because at the end of the day, if you're a master manifester, how are you being true to yourself if you're accepting someone that's not really evolving, or just wants you to accept them as they are? And accepting someone as they are, sounds all good intentions, but they have to show willingness to change their patterns and to actually want to leave those behaviours behind. And if they're not, if they're just coming back like how they've come back before, and it's been a year between times and they're not really seeing any difference, I just don't know how you can then continue and live in your divinity having that kind of weight on you. Like, it just seems a bit heavy. Any more messages? And you have a right to reject someone that doesn't come correct. If you've evolved into the leader that you're supposed to be and that you're here to be, stability is what you deserve. You deserve someone that's going to come forward with a measured offer, measured, stable, sustainable. It's going to go the distance, well thought out. Might have took them a long time to get to you, but it needs to be stable. Some emotionally immature, volatile piece of crap, sorry, that's not what you deserve. And maybe if like people who are at that stage will know, this will just be confirmation for them. This won't be news to the people who it's for. That's the truth. That's the truth. It's really hot here, guys. It's bloody the north of England, and it's like muggy, you know, like monsoony. It's not rained, but it's like humid, super humid. It makes my hair go like, well, it's wild anyway, but it just makes it got humid hair. Yeah, just you've worked hard to get to where you are. Remember your inner strength. Remember all you've done to get to where you are. And if your person doesn't have the same inner strength to pluck up the courage to have a conversation, if they can't have a conversation, what are you going to be able to trust them with in your life? They're too cowardly to pick up the phone. What are you going to be able... Look how strong you are. Look how strong you are. You've got all them people in the background attacking you from all different directions, just for entertainment or whatever, and you're just holding on to your inner core and sustaining yourself, and you've not done that for nothing. So if your person doesn't even have an ounce of strength to pick up the phone or ask you out for a walk for half an hour or a coffee for half an hour, why would you... that's a coward. Why would you want... what? You're not worth to be with someone that's a coward like that. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to discredit any of the work that masculines have done, but the ones who've done the work won't take offense to that. They'll know that they have to be someone that they have to bring it to the table. They have to know what they're going to bring to the table, and it's not going to be crumbs, because crumbs has been done, dusted. You know, everyone's got the t-shirt for crumbs. Everyone's got several t-shirts for crumbs. Success, what I'm saying is that's the truth. That's yeah, I'm on the money there. On the money. High priestess. Seen it all. Yeah, I'm on the money. Got my spidey senses on the case. Like, your intuition now is going to be your key to success. And you've not nurtured your intuition this much to then just accept any old thing into your garden. No. This person's emotional about getting physical. They're just then maybe that's what's holding them back. And they've got anxiety about getting physical. I want some more on that. What the hell? That's a different. I wasn't expecting that to come out of the reading. Like, I wasn't expecting to get sexual. Clarify the moon and the Ace of Wands. Clarify the moon and the Ace of Wands. Knight of Swords. And the Five of Wands. So they're beefing with loads of people. And they want to come quick. Maybe they're beefing with loads of people that they have got sexual relations with. Yeah, that makes more sense, because it doesn't really feel like a very sexual reading between the feminine and the masculine. They've got anxiety about any sexually deviant activities. And it's preventing them from making the offer. That's causing the impotence. It's just like, well, I don't, for any masculines watching and they're in that situation and you want some advice from me, is nothing's going to change if you keep engaging in the same practices, and you have to repent. If you're in emotional instability over sexual practices, and you know that you want your divine partnership, but you feel shame or you feel like not worthy because of your karmic lower vibrational lifestyle, and you want this, you're looking at this thinking, I know this is mine, this independent, financially stable, feminine, abundant, loving life. So you're just always going to be looking at her from a distance, putting blockages on her life, trying to put blockages on her life and keeping her from living in freedom. Leave her to live in freedom. Leave her to live in freedom. If this is your main focus, and this drama is your main focus, and it's holding you back, and this is what you're giving attention to, then that's what you deserve. You need to repent to God. I don't sugarcoat shit. Like, I'm not here to be all love and light when that's what you need to do. You need to repent. If you feel uncomfortable about your lifestyle, how are you going to have this? There's a few more steps then that's needed before you can get, like, you can't just have this. You can't just have a new beginning in love. You need to have, like, you need to have nurtured yourself and gotten away from all of this sexually because to be honest, if you've come, because a lot of defined feminines are celibate, yeah, I'm just saying that's fact, a lot of them are, and they devote themselves to their spiritual practice with God. That's the truth. The genuine ones, that's what they are. And if you're going to come to a divine feminine who's been celibate and devoting herself to God like this, it's a bit frightening. It's a bit frightening. It's a bit off. It's like not gonna, I mean, I'm not going to say that there's not going to be any sexual attraction or anything between the two of you. That's not true. But I don't really think, and if any feminine is accepting a masculine back, and the first thing that you do when they get through the door is just get to bed, I'm not saying you're not going to have thoughts about that or not going to want to do that or anything, but if that's I don't think you're fully healed, because that's going back to the accepting the manipulation and the crumbs. So I'm not saying that it's not that you're wrong or anything for doing that. I'm just saying that you're not necessarily at as mature stage of forming the union that you want as you think. And that's me being honest. Any last messages? Because didn't expect to be reading this long. That was a turn that I wasn't expecting. One last time. Any more messages? Yeah, it's just in between worlds, in between situations. Yeah. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Because basically, like, if they don't come in balanced, if they don't come in balanced, because I'm not saying like everything's going to be perfect, but if they're still kind of pretty much fully engaged with the old, yeah, being in between situations just causing heartbreak, and yeah, just ends the situation. It's like pretty much a non-starter, because they're not really available. Not really available. And that's the truth. What an end to the message, eh? Yeah, it was just holding on to circumstances that they don't want, and it's causing heartbreak. I'm gonna leave this message here. Wasn't expecting that end, but yep. Thanks for watching, thanks for being here. Let me know your thoughts on the reading, and yeah, I hope you're well on that, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.